Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to make pan-fried sea bass fillets served with seasonal vegetables and a capered dressing. It's a keto friendly recipe, extremely low in carbohydrates. If you do want to add carbohydrates, boil up some new potatoes and that would go really well with this dish. I've got some cabbage that I'm just sauteing with some butter, and in this pan I'm just boiling up some water ready for my vegetables. Now for the dressing, it's really easy and quick. All you'll need is a teaspoon of Dijon mustard, half a tablespoon of water and a tablespoon of lemon juice, which is what I've got in this bowl. Then what you're going to add to that is a tablespoon of capers. You add 1.5 tablespoons of oil. Then I've got the zest of half a lemon and I'm going to add that. Now don't add the parsley at this stage, so I'm using a tablespoon of freshly chopped parsley. Don't add it at this stage because the acid from the lemon will just dull down the colour of the parsley. So I'm going to leave that to one side. I'm going to whisk it up just before serving. For the sea bass fillets, make sure there's no bones in there and make sure that there's no scales either. Now get a really sharp knife and you want to score the skin so then it gets nice and crispy when you fry this off. That's what I'm just going to do now. So I'm just going to score it across the skin. Make sure you don't do it too hard so you go into the actual flesh of the fish. The water is bubbling nicely and I'm going to add my vegetables in just a minute. Now you want to make sure that your pan that you're going to cook your fish on is nice and hot before you put the fish on, because you want to get crispy skin. So I have got a tablespoon of olive oil in this pan and I'm just going to let it heat up before I do anything else. The oil is nice and hot now in the frying pan. I'm now going to add my vegetables. So I'm just using some green beans and I'm going to put these in, and I have just topped and tailed and took the sides of the runner beans just to make sure that there's no bits of hard skin or any bits of stringy bits which just isn't nice in the mouth. So they're going to cook for 5 minutes. Now this is the time that you want to cook your fish. So the oil, as I said, is boiling hot and you want to put the fish skin side down first. So when you put it in the frying pan, you should hear it sizzle. You need to make sure you get it nice and sizzling, otherwise you won't have a crispy skin. So I'm going to cook this on one side now, skin side down, for 3 minutes. When you're cooking the fish, it's really important that you don't prod it all the time and you don't poke at it. You just let it cook for the right amount of time. As soon as you start doing that, you're going to break off the skin and it's not going to be crispy and it's going to start falling apart. Once the fish is cooking the skin side down, you can then mix up all those ingredients that you added for your dressing. So now that time is over, I'm going to flip the sea bass fillets and literally just cook them for about 30 seconds to a minute maximum. While it's cooking, when it's flipped over, I'm going to drain the veg and plate that up. The fish is cooked to perfection, ready to plate up. So I will start with a bed of this sauteed cabbage. So it's just literally some cabbage cooked in butter, seasoned with some salt and pepper. Then I'm just going to add a mixture of the runner beans and the green beans on top. And then I'm going to place my fish on top of all of that. So lovely, the skin is nice and crispy here. It's cooked, it's going to be soft. Then I'm going to sprinkle some of my dressing on. So just over the top, and then I'm going to finish it off by sprinkling some parsley. Okay, so always add the parsley at the end, otherwise it will just lose its colour and just wilt into nothing. There you have it, pan-fried sea bass with a capered dressing, some green beans and some runner beans and some sauteed cabbage. I cannot wait to eat this, so I'm going to go now. Make sure you check out the rest of my videos for lots more recipes every Tuesday, Thursdays and Sundays. See you again.